Hi, everyone. My name is Kelly from the Esthetician Connection, and I have May with me from the THALAC product line. And today we're going to be performing a wonderful THALAC facial on our model. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome, May. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited. And oh my gosh, the model is so relaxed. She's going to be even more relaxed after this treatment.
We're going to have to peel her out of, the bed, but that's my problem, not the viewers. So we're going to start off with the cleanse, and everyone kind of, as we go through the treatment protocol, we're going to learn more specifics about the product line, and then we're also going to learn some company history as well. So we're going to start out with the THALAC emulsion fluid, and this is the cleansing milk. So I'll give you guys a look at that. Maybe better to do it this way. So we're going to start off with that cleansing milk. And in today's protocol, we're actually going to be using the THALAC products and combining it with the Regenerate for nano infusion. But this protocol, actually from the THALAC line, with a little bit of change, is a full protocol on its own as well. So I'm just applying the cleanser around the face. Then we'll go ahead and emulsify. Can you tell us a little bit about the cleansing milk?
Of course. So I love this cleansing milk. It softens and revitalizes with aloe vera extract and blue algae extract. And it's just very soft for the skin, gets all the, makeup and gunk out of your skin. And I just love that, it just makes everything better. And it puts everything to a good start, honestly.
It has a really pleasant smell, but it's like very fresh. It's not overwhelming at all. Perfect for a facial, and it kind of reminds me of like the summertime a little bit, like a good.
Absolutely. And you'll notice that with a lot of the THALAC products that it just has a very fresh smell. The ingredients are very high quality marine products like collagen, elastin, sea salt, blue algae, which is 3 billion years old, which is fantastic.
Oh, I love algae. It's very moisturizing. It's super amazing for the skin. And the THALAC line is now from the sea, from what I understand. It was really kind of marine based. Is that right?
Yes, exactly. And actually, those who aren't familiar with thalassotherapy, the goal of THALAC is to use manual techniques and sea salt, sea water, sea products to nourish and hydrate the skin. And thalassotherapy is actually the use of seawater and sea products as a form of therapy. So you're getting the best of both worlds here, and it's all made in France.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes.
Love a good French product line.
French cheese, French skincare.
French everything. Yeah. So we're just going to remove the cleanser. And before we move on to the next step, and we're going to be toning as well. So we're going to be using the lotion marine.
The lotion marine, my favorite.
I love the colors of the product, like so beautiful. This is very refreshing. So I did a facial with the product line without the Regenerate, just the standard protocol that you guys sent over. And it was such a treat. It was, of course, I talked about the smell kind of being like very light and refreshing, and being like something I would definitely want during the summer months for sure, because it just feels like it gets rid of like all the oil and kind of like sunscreen buildup and everything like that.
Absolutely.
But from the lotion to the mask, everything felt so good. The mask was so cooling. Like it really was such an experience as the person getting the facial. I really enjoyed that.
And then moisturizing cream mask. Oh my gosh. When we get to that, I will tell you all about it. It's one of my
Oh, I can't wait.
But this marine toner, and as you may have noticed, and as we just discussed, our products have a common theme of adding hydration to the skin. And this toner is no exception. It's packed with blueberry extract and the hydrating blue algae as well. And many times I actually skip moisturizer after that because it is just so hydrating that sometimes I just don't need more, especially when it's humid.
You could really see her skin is super hydrated. I wish I could get in a little bit,
Really is.
but I can see like how hydrated it already looks.
Oh yeah, gleaming.
Gleaming. So now we're gonna do the phthalic peeling glycolic. So I'm just actually gonna dab off any of that additional toner real quick. So I don't want to disrupt that glycolic. And then we're gonna go ahead and apply. And this we're gonna leave on for about 2 minutes. Now, do you typically massage that in during the 2 minutes, or are you kind of just leaving it there and letting it do the work?
So that is the 10% glycolic. It is actually it's good for at home and professional use. So you can massage it in if you'd like, but usually you can just swipe it on and leave it on for those 3 minutes, and you'll feel a little bit of a tingle. But honestly, it's very gentle. And you can use it a couple times a week, and it is not self neutralizing, so you'd have to rinse it off.
And how are you feeling, Diana? Do you feel any tingle with it, or
It almost feels like a bubble, like a little
oh, just like a little
tingle.
activity? You kind of yeah. So very mild. Diana is more of a resilient skin type, so for sure she's not going to be feeling overly sensitive. So I've left the peeling glycolic on for about 2 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and get that removed. Wonderful. So I just removed the peeling glycolic. We let that sit for about 2, 3 minutes, and I went ahead and rinsed that off. And now I am just going to go back in with that lotion marine and do a nice tone again. And then from there, we are going to be using the Regenerate device today in the treatment. And the Regenerate really just helps to enhance the delivery of the product line that it's working with. So many of the benefits and the results from this treatment that you are seeing are being produced by the THALAC products. We're just increasing the product absorption of the THALAC line of the serum and the mask that we're using from about 2 to 10% to a 40 to 50%. And we're just doing that by disabling the waterproof barrier. So, what we're going to be infusing today is I'm not the detoxifying serum. You knew I was not going to try to read the first line of the book.
It's all in French. I think we're all butchering it at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to be using that detoxifying serum, which is again another color that I think is beautiful because all the colors really speak to the sea and that kind of like refreshness and that marine base, which I really love. Can you tell us a little bit about the serum?
Of course. Actually, I've been told that it's also called the 3-day miracle serum. It's packed with
Oh,
hyaluronic acid, that blue algae, and vitamin E as well. Yeah, so the 3-day miracle serum, it just locks in the hydration and the moisture into your skin, gleaming, and it's just one of my favorite serums ever. And it'll definitely penetrate the skin with the machine that you're using.
absolutely. And
Mhm.
hyaluronic serum is a key ingredient that we always want to infuse when we're working with Regenerate and nanotechnology in general. So it really is a beautiful pairing. Also, just wanted to get up close and kind of show this product bottle as well. One, so you can see the beautiful color of the serum, but also the packaging is really nice. So I always think that's when we're looking at a product line, we want to look, does the packaging look good? Does it pump really easy? Does it look good on our shelves? In addition to, are we going to get good results? So I really love the scent that you have with the line. The packaging is really nice and beautiful. And then, of course, the ingredients are really good as
Absolutely. Just feels like a luxury product, which it really is.
well.
Mhm.
I do feel like that. Very luxury. Even the cleansing milk, it felt
Yeah,
nice and rich. It wasn't like some of the different other clean, creamy cleansers are kind of like lighter. It did feel like it has a nice substance, but still not heavy at all. So
absolutely.
we have applied the detoxifying serum, and this is our target serum with Regenerate. So we're always going to apply that active serum or our focused target serum first, all over the skin. And so we've done that. And next, we're going to be using the high res glide, which is just as simply a 65% clinical grade hyaluronic acid. And this is just for the slip of the device. So, of course, we're going to be delivering those nutrients from the detoxifying serum but we'll also be boosting it with a little bit extra of the hyaluronic acid as well. So I've just pumped that into a little cup because we are just going to work in sections with the Regenerate, and we'll apply the high res glide. Or, we could also use another, hyaluronic acid based serum from THALAC as well. We could continue to use the serum if it has a really good slip, since it does have that hyaluronic acid as well. So that's something to think about. The real nice thing about the high res glide is it just has three ingredients in it. So it helps to keep your costs down. So you can use your target serum all over the face, and that's really your active kind of expensive serum. And then you're using the high res glide for the slip. So we're going to be working with the Regenerate, and I'm just going to apply the treatment tip. And it really is all in the tip because this is comprised of a series of pyramids made of monocrystalline silicon that, when they hit the surface of the skin, are going to create nanochannels just in the stratum corneum. So the goal is just to disrupt the waterproof barrier for about 15 to 20 minutes, just enough time for the products that we've applied, our treatment serum, and then any of those following products to really be absorbed at that much higher rate. So get this going. And I'm going to be working on Diana on low. So when I turn on the device, it'll start with red. I'll go ahead and click over to green and then go to blue. And let's make sure we still have a good slip on here. We do. So I want to give you a good angle. So when we work with Regenerate, we're going to be working in postage stamp size sections and kind of doing our vertical and horizontal pass at one time, starting in the meatier areas of the face and kind of working our way up to the forehead and then back down, finishing with the lips. We are going to be able to work over the up to the lash line and directly over the lips with Regenerate. So that's another benefit as well. So we're just working in those postage size patterns and infusing that detoxifying serum. And so our next step after the infusion is going to be our mask step. And we have a wonderful mask from THALAC. And one thing I really love about it is post Regenerate, we always want to do a cooling step. And so we're going to have some ice globes that we're going to use. But this mask is also super cooling on its own as well. So it's going to be a really nice combination and a perfect treat after we do this infusion. And in case you're wondering why we're switching sides with the Regenerate, is we just want to make sure that sometimes, we get a little slow on one side and then we have to hurry up and kind of finish the other side. So it's really just about kind of giving an even treatment. And that's why we're going to go back and forth and make sure we hit those areas at the same time. So we're getting that even infusion. How's this feeling?
Good.
So I'm just continuing with the Regenerate treatment. We're just going over the forehead and we're just increasing the increasing the absorption rate of that, the THALAC detoxifying serum that we're working with, and all that blue algae and wonderful hyaluronic acid that is throughout the product line. And you can see this combination of the THALAC product and the Regenerate is really not causing any irritation in the skin. Diana is looking super hydrated. She's going to be able to hit the town after this if she so chooses. We'll see, which the whole day is ahead of us. But now that we've gone ahead and completed the forehead, I'm going to go into the eye treatment. And so we're already on low, as we mentioned. I started my treatment on low. But if people are going to work on a higher setting, it is typically in those meatier areas of the face, moving up to the low setting as we get to the forehead. The forehead will definitely have the most sensitivity with regenerate. The eyes actually even feel like less of a sensation. So I've got my hyaluronic acid, and I'm going to go ahead and apply that over the brow bone and then up to the lash line. So I can infuse these ingredients to the eye area. You'll see this is the area where I'm doing a little bit of a different setting, where I'm going to be doing a back and forth stroke before some upward motions. And I'm only going to be working over the brow bone. I'm not going to work over the eyelid where there isn't any, bone support. I'm going to go work inward on the crow's feet area. And then I just want to make sure I can get this. So if you guys do our back and forth, and then I'm going to come upward to the lash line. So we're going to go over the nose, and I'm going to go right back to that traditional regenerate pattern, which is going to be the vertical and horizontal pass. And as long as no one has had any recent rhinoplasty, we can go ahead and apply just a little bit of pressure, not much, just in those areas where there's not a lot of support. So we're just making contact. And then finally, we're going to end the infusion step with the upper lip, the chin, and then finally the lips. And then we're going to go into the wonderful, super cooling phthalic mask that we've been talking about. And this mask consistency is amazing. I talked a little bit about how I got to try it with some of the esthetician connection moderators. We all got together and we did a little bit of a kind of community facial together and all tried the products, which is really nice because typically we're all doing our things and we don't have a lot of time together. So I was super excited to get to try all these products myself firsthand in the full protocol. And the mask sensation was just wonderful, but the texture of this mask coming up is really phenomenal. I really liked it. And it's a mask texture that I haven't seen in a while. So I'm definitely really glad to have it. I'm trying to give you a good view of the tip working on the skin without my big hand getting in the way so you can kind of see those patterns. That back and forth. And the lip will be very similar to the eye area where we're going to kind of go back and forth across the border and then make those smaller strokes to where the lips meet. So one thing that I really like about the Thalac line that May was mentioning a little bit earlier was how long they've been in business. It really speaks to the integrity of the line, the effectiveness of the ingredients, and of course the customer support and packaging as well. When you have a line that can last in the beauty industry, which is for sure ever changing. So I really liked that part of the history. May, are you back with us?
Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay,
I was
awesome.
just mentioning a little bit again because when you had left us, we were talking about the history and how long the line has been around. And I was just saying that really speaks to the integrity of the line, the results of the ingredients, the packaging, and all that. So if you wanted to kind of go back over that history a little bit, because we did lose you kind of mid history.
Yes. Okay. So THALAC was born in 1983 in France's first thalassotherapy center in Cap d'Agde, which is a sea town bordering the Mediterranean Sea. And for those that may be unfamiliar, thalassotherapy is the use of seawater and sea products as a form of therapy. Hence the focus on the blue-green algae, the sea salt, the marine elastin, and collagen in THALAC's products. So THALAC also launched their THALAC Cosmetics in 1991, and then in 97 made its way to spas, spa centers, and beauty institutes.
That is amazing. And also while we were waiting for you to come back, I was talking about the consistency of this mask and how I got to try it the other day and how I just love the consistency of this mask. Just trying to get that refocused. So we're gonna go ahead and get this applied on Diana. And after the Regenerate, you just have a little sensation in the skin, right? It's not too active, but you definitely feel like you just did something. And so we always want to manage the inflammation process with Regenerate, and really with any facial. And we do that with the cooling, and the cold globes. But this hydrating mask has a really great cooling sensation of its own. And as I experienced it, as I put it on, I felt like it was almost getting cooler, as I continued to wear it. And it was really
Absolutely.
a really nice experience. And then the consistency of this mask is just gorgeous.
It's nice and thick, and you can slather on as thick as you want or as thin as you like. And the smell is just so strong. It's there. It just relaxes you. Oh, it's awesome.
It really is awesome. And when I was playing around with it with our other esthetician moderators, we did apply it all different thicknesses. So it was really everybody had their everybody had their own application method. I think mine was the best, but no.
Of course.
Of course, I think mine was the best. But so we'll go ahead and get this all applied, and then we're going to just use cold globes right over top of it. So we're going to really enhance the experience that that mask is already providing, and just elevate it again by incorporating Regenerate. And we may have talked a little bit about some of the ingredients in here,
hmm
but let's dive in again. What is it that provides the cooling effect?
So the cooling effect comes from the peppermint oil and also maybe a little bit of the lemon oil. It has, the elastin, and it also has peptides in there. So it's just going to leave a lot of bounce on your skin, along with the cooling sensation and effect. And of course, the smell just takes you on a little trip to Antarctica, honestly.
It does smell really good. Everything smells very pleasant and nothing
hmm
is like overwhelming. So I don't have that thought where, like, oh, if I like it, but is my client going to like it? I do feel like everybody is probably going to really enjoy this, like the palliative scents that are with the line.
Absolutely.
And so I'm just doing a little bit of acupressure, working with some acupressure points, and then I'll go into a more traditional massage. But we're just letting this mask kind of absorb in, provide that nice cooling as well, which feels so great after Regenerate. And then I loved what you said about bounce to the skin, because I think we all want that a little bit of bounce. We've infused a lot of hyaluronic acid, as well. So we're going to have great hydration, where all those hyaluronic acid molecules are going to be holding 1,000 times their weight in water. And they've all now really been infused past the waterproof barrier. So whether they're a large molecular size or a small molecular size, with Regenerate, they're going to be able to work in the skin and hold all that moisture in there, which is really nice. As you know, we're
Absolutely.
always fighting against, transepidermal water loss and trying to support our skin's natural moisturizing factors to really, you know, keep us looking young and hydrated and bouncing. So this is a really great combination. We have a series of three different products that we're going to apply after this. Now I want to know is, do you say Hydro Prodige, or is
Hydro
it a
protege. I
Protege? Protege.
hmm
Yeah, I did. I was gonna claim that I came up with that pronunciation on my own, but I didn't. It was one of our moderators, and now I'm gonna call her out because it's wrong.
Oh,
No, I'm just kidding. Her name is Melissa. No, I'm just kidding.
hi, Melissa.
Hi, Melissa. Okay, so Hydra Protege, is that what it was?
I believe so. Unfortunately, I don't speak French, but
I don't either.
the we call it the I like to call it the Hydra Protege cream. Um,
Awesome.
yes,
And so we're gonna apply that, and then a series of other creams as well. It's kind of like a three-layer cream system at the end that we're doing. And can you tell
yes.
us a little bit about the thought process, kind of the layering of these three products?
Sure. So the Hydra Protege cream. I mean, the active ingredients are hyaluronic acid, which is a main component in many of the Thalac products. Lotus, blue algae, and aquasil. And the
Mm.
layering really it's a three-step process with doing the hydration, the preventative cream which promotes cell regeneration and tones the skin, And then to top it off, the calcium cream, which is another one of my personal favorites. And that redensifies the skin. So you get triple moisturization, and it just helps, maintain and lock in all the moisture and all the work that we've done throughout the session.
That is amazing. It sounds really good. I'm going to let this mask sit for another second.
So the Innovation Genesis Preventative Cream one promotes cell and tones the skin with algesium C, brigin peptide, vitamin E, and of course our beloved blue algae.
Love the blue algae.
So this one will.
That's awesome. So we're
Yes,
going to go ahead
absolutely.
and get this all removed, and then we're going to start with the anti-aging age prevention, which is the protege. And then after that, we're going to do the Innovation Genesis, and then follow that with the calcium, which is what we were talking about earlier. I think you said the calcium was one of your faves.
Yes, so this calcium cream, what I love about it, I can be a little sensitive to smells and scent, different perfumes. So what I like about the calcium cream is that in scent, it's just a very creamy consistency, very moisturizing, and yeah, it's one of my personal favorites. It recovers your skin's density and elasticity with shea butter, oil, and papaya extracts, and it redensifies the skin. So I absolutely love it.
So we're starting off with the Hydro Protege. I'll give you guys a look at that bottle. Again, beautiful packaging. And it has that nice kind of bouncy gel-like consistency. So we'll just dispense a little bit of that and get that rubbed in. Oh, that smells really good. This might be my favorite smell so far. All right, so we have our first finishing cream layered on, and then that's the anti-aging prevention. I'm sorry, that is the cream hydration. Cream hydration. Now, second, we're moving into the cream prevention, the anti-aging prevention. And let me just show you a little bit of this. Let's see. You can see. Oh, I keep going backwards. There we go. Nope. There it is. And then the consistency. Very, again, nice and light, gel-like. Kind of looks bouncy itself a little bit. Rihanna has a little cream under there. I'll take care of that. There we go. So we'll apply that next. And all these are very light. I am using just a small amount, but they are very light. And this is going to be a really nice finish for the Regenerate because we've infused all those ingredients in. And now we're going to go ahead and seal them in with this 3-layered cream protection. So next we have that calcium cream, which May was talking about as her favorite. And that's going to be our finisher before we do our sunscreen. And this is probably the densest of the 3, which makes sense. So we have that kind of density. We'll go ahead. Ooh, and this one smells really nice as well. So we'll just get that rubbed in for Diana. And then I'm going to finish with a sunscreen of choice. So look at this skin looks beautiful. The tone, the texture, you can see a lot of hydration. We don't really have any redness or anything. So I'd say it's a great combination. May, thank you so much for joining us and sticking with us through all of our technical issues. But I'm so glad that we're able to show the skin and this beautiful result of using the THALAC product line in this facial today.
Absolutely. She looks absolutely amazing. It looks like she went on a trip to, the south of France and had fun. We came back.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to jack her up off this chair. So I'll leave that to me. Thank you so much, May.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Thank you for bearing with me through all the technical difficulties. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for having me, and you look amazing.
She does look great. Thank you so much. I can't wait to share more about the phthalic line with all of you. Have a great day.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.